what makes it different from cinematic art or from a painting on a wall is that it's more about something that you feel, and it's okay if you can't articulate that. When I was younger, my dad, he had started a church, and he had wanted to have some musicians play at his church, but nowadays you've got to go and find musicians and then pay them, and so he just put a guitar in my hand and told me that I was going to be the musician for his church. And he taught me what he knew on guitar, which was pretty cool. But then after a while, I didn't really like the way it felt on my fingers, so I translated what he taught me to piano. Why do I play music? I think music is, it's so cliche, but it's a language that everybody can understand. Sometimes it uses words and sometimes it doesn't, but it's a very beautiful, creative thing. And for me, I really love collaboration. So when I go to play music, especially with musicians that I've never met or I've never played with before, I do a lot of listening to see where I fit in best, what's going to help make the overall round sound, that warm feeling. Whether it's R&B, gospel, jazz, hip hop, I think it takes a lot of listening and waiting. I mean, even in conversation, you wait your turn to talk. And I think the people who listen more typically are better communicators. When it's my turn to solo, I'll think about maybe what was already said musically, and I might try to repeat that back in my solo. But I really like the way that music has tension and release. So I'll start off my solo with a couple of notes, or maybe something really rhythmic, not very musically deep or intricate. But as the kind of chord changes progress, I'm looking to find a melody, trying to connect all of the pieces together. So it's just a bunch of little melodies after another that are kind of speaking. To be honest, sometimes I'll say words in my head and try to put notes to them while I'm playing a solo, because then I feel like it's more conversational. If you think about Giant Steps and John Coltrane's solo. There's a lot of notes in there, but I really do feel like he's saying something. I don't really know what it is, but like that high, fast energy, it's something that only he could have created, and he kind of put his stamp on that song. Doesn't mean that other people can't play solos over Giant Steps, but when they do, they're going to say something different. And so I want to say something different when I solo. So when I go in to play music, I'll close my eyes and I'll just imagine that a pianist has sat down at a piano. And I don't know what that performer is about to play, but I kind of imagine that I'm him. And I listen to see what's not in the air, Sometimes I imagine I'm playing with a band, sometimes I just put my hand on a chord and just listen to how the notes respond to each other. And then that speaks to me in a way. I don't remember where I first heard it, but somebody said, there's music always in the air, you just gotta pull it out. And so that's kind of the mindset that I have. I love to play jazz music. I love to play blues. I love to play gospel. I love to play R&B. That might be one of my favorites, R&B and funk, because again, those are very much about a pulse, a rhythm. Like you kind of can't listen to funk music and not move. I love to work with other people and sort of listen to what they have to say musically. and respond. I'm also huge on communication and conversations. For me, music is like the ultimate way to speak to somebody, whether it be with words or not. You know, someone might play an interesting line or a melody on a sax, perhaps, and I just hear it and it adjusts, or it causes a response in how I play piano. And just that ebb and flow of creating art, like live in the moment, that's something that's like electrifying. I love that.
It's all in force. I can't hold that note.